story. I want to say really quickly, if you actually read all my one-shots and made it to here, thanks. Most of the earlier stories are like around 8K views and now it's more like 1K and I'm amazed if you have been here the whole time through it. I really wouldn't do this without you people. And even if you just pick and read chapters, that helps as well. Also next chapter will be the part 3. I read Blue Box and had a Iswocha idea. Alright everyone. Today we will be taking a break from all this hero work. Today we will be heading to the gym to play a few sports, Aizawa announced as he wiped his eyes. Aizawa-sensei, I thought sports weren't played since most people got quirks. Momo pointed out with her arm raised. They've still been played mainly as a pastime between friends and such. It's just no longer officialized as a major event and there's hardly any competitions. Now everyone change into your PE outfits and get into the gym in 10 minutes. He walked out of the room taking his bag with him. All the students got out of their desk and walked to the locker room to change. As each one finished, they left and made it to the gym. Aside from Mineta who got knocked out for peeping. When they got there they noticed several nets were up on the floor, with birdies, rackets, and tape on the floor. The tape showed the inbounds. Here are rules. You and one other partner take her on one side facing another two others. At the beginning you hit it over the net with only one try. Afterwards both teams have 3 chances to hit it back. If you hit the net or it goes out of bounds, the other team gets a point. If you hit it inbounds it's your point. No using quirks or body parts. First 1 to 21 wins. If you lose one match you are out of the whole thing. Any questions? He asked and Mina raised her arm. Do the winners get a reward? Mina asked. Well normally I would treat you to some McDonald's ice cream. But the closest one's ice cream machine is broken. No surprise there, so instead you get 1 day free of school. Any assignments that day will be automatic 100 for the winners. Now don't bother me until there's a winner. He went into a corner and slipped into his bag as people began to pair up. Hey Bakugo, let's team up. We can be the most manliest team here. Hiroshima was very pumped up. Fine shitty hair. Just don't get in my way. Bakugo sorta agreed to him being his partner. Who should I pick? Iida and Uraraka are my best friends. Though it seems like Iida already has someone. He looked at the guy who was talking to Mei. She was the one who set up the nets and since Mineta wasn't there, she took his place. He felt a tap on his shoulder and when he looked behind him he saw it was Ochako, who was a bit in his face which made him a bit nervous. Want to team up Deku? It would be like old times, like at the sports festival when we teamed up. She was looking for an excuse to be with him, though she never would admit that. Yes, of course. He wondered if it was alright to rely on her a lot. Teaming up with your crush. Very smooth girl. I like your style. Mina whispered into Ochako's ear out of nowhere turning her red. It's nothing like that. Ochako denied it with her hands going all over the place as Izuku looked on not understanding what was happening with them. Once that got cleared up and everyone got a partner, they randomly chose teams to face against each other. Izuku and Ochako went against Kaminari and Jiro. I'm not going easy on you two dudes. Especially you Midoriya. I know how much strength you have, even without your quirk. Kaminari pointed his racket at him. Promoted stories. You'll also like Serendipity. MHAX Re. 26.5K 268. The The universe has moved for us hard without missing a single thing hard. Our happiness was meant to be. One shots BNHA discontinued. Stop request. 59.4K 439. Stop requesting. I will block you. Most of these are sad or have serious themes because I like reading and writing angst. Dash. I do not own BNHA or any of its characters. Wavy Dash BNHA. One shots. 48.7K 418. A collection of BNHA one shots. Imagine smiley face. And GT. Some head canons and preferences. 2 requests open. Fluff, angst, lime, crack and others. No smut. Sorry, ex-reader. Love strings check mark. BNHAX reader Onishots. 888K 17.3K. Drawing creds of toga. Fire acra carrot. BNHA characters X reader. Dash dash dash. Request status. Closed forever. Dash dash dash. Mature language and content. Any innocent cinnamon rolls please be awa. Ide fix to the power of n. And to the power of n. 511K21K. UBEBETTERIFYOUWEREMINE dot. SSSSG. Number 1I. Yandere MHA 1 shots. Katakana middle dot katakana middle dot ideographic period. 29K285. So, this book contains Yandere MHA, BNHA 1 shots and head cannons. Hope you enjoy reading open book. Midoriya Izuku. 16.8K 355. X-Reader one-shot stuff from my Tumblr Hierophix. Check out my other books too. If you want to read more of my stuff, go check out my Tumblr and Quat. Hierophix and Quat. You can. Just serve the shuttlecock already. Jiro yelled at him. Ha cock. He was being immature and they got disqualified when Jiro broke her racket over his head. Huh, that was easy. Ochako sweat dropped at what just happened in front of them. Well, who's next? Izuku wondered, hoping the next opponents wouldn't be too hard for them to compete against. Their next opponents were the duo of Mina and Toru. Hey Midori, I hope you're treating Ochako well. She teased at him, though being the innocent cinnamon roll he is, he didn't quite understand what she meant. Well, we haven't really had a match yet, so we aren't tired. But when we start I'll be sure to keep up so she won't try so hard. Ochako found him being clueless really adorable. Sometimes I don't see what she sees in that boy. Mina thought as she looked at the helpless guy. Come on, hurry and serve. I am ready. Quote. Toru said with her badminton swinging around, which to most people would look like it's floating in the air. All right, here it comes you two. Mina served off letting it go pretty high up in the air and Izuku did a few thoughts. All right, so the game is I have to use this racket to hit it back. I have to hit it hard enough to get it over the net, but too much force and I could hit it too far back and out of bounds. Also I have to take aim into consideration since there's out of bounds to the left and the... Hey Deku, while you were mumbling, the birdie landed in front of you. Ochako pointed at the ground and it was lying at his feet. Oh whoops. He felt like a baka. Don't worry Deku. Just relax and don't think too...
You don't tell me what to do, fat boy. Get him, Zoe, get him! Your hand. Your face.
Much about it. Remember, this isn't hero work. Just try and have some fun. She gave him some words of encouragement. All right, I think I can do it now. Her words helped him feel more relaxed and he was ready to try again. Since we scored, we get to serve again. Here it comes. Mina hot the birdie over the net towards Izuku once again. This time he didn't even think about it. He hit it really hard over the net and got it in bounds on the floor, scoring a point. Way to go, Deku. Ochako cheered her crush on. Not bad, Midori. But let's see you keep it up your serve. Mina was starting to get excited about this match. Izuku served it over the net, which was sent back by Toru. Come on, Deku, teamwork. Ochako hit it towards his way in the air. He jumped up and spiked it over the net, securing another point. Nice pass, Uraraka. Izuku gave her words of encouragement. And nice spike, Deku. They gave a quick fist bump. Mina smiled on the other side. She loved how cute they were, both looking cute and talking cute. Toru loved it as well. Course you couldn't see it on her face. They set up for the next hit. Ochako took it this time and spiked it towards Mina, who had a smile on her face with the idea. Mina hit it very high in the air back at her. Hey Ochako, you're doing so well. I'm sure you're really impressing your crush. She called out at her with a smug look. What? She blushed and dropped her racket in embarrassment as the birdie was coming at her. But it still went over the net and landed in front of Mina. Ochako looked right beside her to find Izuku with his racket. Don't worry, Uraraka. I'll always be here to back you up. He gave her a thumbs up. Gee, thanks, Deku. She picked up her racket, still feeling embarrassed by what Mina had said, but she knew she could win with Izuku by her side. Izuku himself couldn't get the thought of who Ochako's crush was. And the game went on and it ended in a 21-12 win for the Izwocha team, making them in the finals. Afterwards, Ochako had a bone to pick with Mina. What the heck, Mina? Why'd you go and say that for? The embarrassment still hasn't completely worn off for her. Ah, come on, Ochako. I just thought you were doing good. Also, I never heard Aizawa say that was against the rules. But I guess it was a bit mean. So how about after school I buy you some McDonald's ice cream? Mina pulled out a bit of her yen. Well, sure, alright. She would always be up for free food. Alright, meet me at the lockers after school. Come on, Toru. Let's go sit and watch the rest of the games. Mina took her friend to watch the other teams still left. Quote dot dot dot. Hey, wait. Isn't the McDonald's ice cream broken, you mother foo? Alright, now it's time for us to put the smackdown on you too. Hiroshima interrupted Ochako with Bakugo at his side. Kachan and Kirishima, you two made it to the finals. Izuku thought it would either be them, or Iida and Mei. They seemed to work very well together. Damn right, I beat all the extras. And now it's your turn. I'm going to kick your asses. He pointed his racket at Ochako and Izuku. Come on, bro, remember this is mostly just for F. I don't give a damn. This is a competition and Deku is in IT. I am going to fucking win this thing. Now you two get your asses on the court. He commanded them. I think all the birdies are going to get broke here in a minute, Ochako said while looking at Bakugo. Everyone got in their positions. Izuku and Ochako were set to serve. Since it was the final battle, everyone else had their attention fully on this match. Some cheered for Izuku and Ochako, some for Kirishima, and not a single soul for Bakugo. Of course he didn't care anyway. Izuku served off and hit it towards Kirishima. Bakugo got in front of him and hit it back to the other side before Kirishima could even raise his racket. Bakugo ended up hitting it too hard and it went out of bounds from the back of the court, giving the first point to Team Green Tea. Seems like Bakugo doesn't understand teamwork like us. Ochako figured this was going to be an easy win now. That's Kachan being Kachan. Quote dot. The tone on his voice showed he was used to it by now, and so the game went on, and it wasn't as easy as Ochako thought. Even though Bakugo did most of the work, he still had quite a bit of skill and power, and they found the score was tied at 20 apiece. The rules state when tied at 20, you must win by 2. Iida, who was being the ref now, read out loud while holding a sheet of rules he found. Bakugo hit the birdie over the net with a lot of force over the middle of the net. Ochako and Izuku walked towards the middle with their rackets raised to hit it but didn't see each other. They bumped shoulders, which that small amount of contact was enough to make them blush. The birdie came into contact with their rackets, giving it just enough of a bounce off to make it over the net. Sorry. Quote. They both apologized and went the opposite way of the court. Iida threw the birdie to Kirishima, as the two were too embarrassed to serve. Hurry while they're distracted, shitty hair. Bakugo instructed. Kirishima threw it in the air and swung his racket to send it over to the other side. Expect it never did, and he completely missed it, and it hit the floor in front of him. That's the final point to Midoriya and Uraraka. They're the winners. Quote. Iida the ref announced. The rest of the students cheered for the champions. What the hell, shitty hair? Why did you miss? Bakugo was beyond ticked off. Well, you never really let me do anything, so I didn't have any practice of hitting it. Oh well, I still had fun. He smiled brightly as Bakugo cussed and smashed his racket in two, as well as a few birdies. The embarrassment eventually worn off, and Izuku and Ochako celebrated their win together. To do so, on their day off they went outside to watch Bakugo cut the grass to pay off the damages he had caused, and a picnic. If you're wondering why Jiro didn't get in trouble, Aizawa assumed that he had broken that racket as well.